Our first speaker is a senior in our class. His name is Eappen, and his speech is entitled Love in a Hopeless Place, Friendship, Romance, and Vulnerability. Friendships.
Thank you. So it's funny, I wanted to see what could make me feel most nervous, most raw, most vulnerable myself. And it seems like this is the topic. So I'm like standing up here tree-like. It's a rare treat. I spend way too much time thinking about love. Over the last years, I've been wrestling with this ambiguous distinction between romance and friendship. I got to know a few people early on. How? A mystery. You know, you notice who you start talking to, who's interesting to be around, inspiring or maybe ineffably attractive, and you start seeing them again and again. And eventually they try to start seeing you, and you get a sense of belonging. I was lucky enough to find some of my best friends as early as possible. Others I met later along the way. What I realized is the more vulnerable, open, and excited I was, the deeper my friendships grew. I wasn't hesitant to speak my mind to strangers. Inspired by a community-building activity from camp, I decided to send short messages of affirmation to people I barely knew. For example, I wrote this Facebook message after just 2 conversations. I wanted to express my appreciation of seeing your friendly face all over campus, whether a smile or hello. It really enhances that tight-knit sense of community at Harvard, and it means a lot to me. Be bold, be friendly. The response? Thank you so much! It made my day. This note, I love running into you, everywhere too, because you're always so contagiously happy, and so on and so on. I don't know who this is. Well, I do, but I didn't really know her. People like to know they matter, even in small ways. Vulnerability and sharing what's weighing on me, like romantic rejection, quickly brought me close to strangers at the dinner table. The more I offered of my life, the more people would be willing to share with me. I'm on a great pro teacher. Not everyone likes my program, but most people generally seem to like sharing those things that others don't ask about. I like to invite connection over suffering, joy, love, inadequacy, whatever it may be. This degree of vulnerability and closeness is an amazing part of my relationships. So like I began, I've wondered for a while, what's the line between friendship and romance? In forming relationships, I'm looking for a sense of closeness with people who make my life more interesting, more exciting, who can love. Romance generally seems to carry different expectations. Maybe it's sexual closeness or attraction, maybe it's commitment, yet dating often lacks the closeness of friendship, and is often short-lived. I don't trust attraction alone to bring me closeness, and I guess I don't want to date someone unless I could really be convinced one day they'd be my best friend. Dating, at the very least, gives you a socially acceptable way of prioritizing one person. I found that in seeking romantic relationships, I've waited to make moves until I'm really convinced we're better off as lovers than friends. That confidence, openness, and vulnerability can be overwhelming in romantic pursuits. Plus, near misses are hard on all involved. It turns out writing someone a love letter can be alienating. Here are some fragments of a letter I wrote to a friend. Sharing this is hard because you might think I'm crazy, and you might be right. Anyway, my love here went unrequited. Thank you so much for the tremendous joy and connection you bring to my life. The time we spend together is so special, and I'm trying to understand why. In your presence, I'm so full of life. Sometimes it's the silly, ridiculous side you bring out of me. Other times it's the intimately vulnerable that cocoons our conversations. Alright, so I didn't and don't know what made this time feel special, but maybe it's vulnerability or vitality. I go on. I'm so deeply drawn to know you. To be trusted with your feelings and reflections is amazing. It's the possibility of oneness that makes our friendship so special to me. I feel so close as the barrier between our independent experience is eased out of the way, and we can trust each other more with who we really are. You spark an interpersonal curiosity that's vivid and enlightening. I cherish this closeness. Okay, so maybe it's oneness or inspiration. Something is special here. Okay, there's a little more. And yes, I'm attracted to you. You're so elegantly beautiful. I love your dimpled smile, the pep in your step, the softness of your tight hugs. You invite others into your presence with a cheer that feels like love. Right, so I'm totally swooning, right? But I'm not done, Love is endogenous to your every mood and reaction. You give permission to feel and reminders to live just a little more when I'm ready to move on in some incomplete way. Okay, so maybe she actually makes me feel different. It's not like my other friends. Alright, here's the last chunk. I know this isn't all of you. There's more of you I know and more that I don't. But the love you bring to life, I'm starting to describe here, is enough. It frees me from the anxieties of who you are and shines to be the light of who you are. Delight! It's why I believe that you could be my best friend. It's why I can say I love you even as charged as term I find it. In some real way I do. Okay, so here I'm pointing to this fear she expressed of not being enough for me. To me, the gap seems unimportant. And I thought maybe one day she could be my best friend, my closest companion. Now to you, it made me very clear why this didn't work. It's kind of a lot, right? But, I thought it was a pretty special friendship, and it was pretty cool that it could blossom into these strong feelings of closeness. And so, I really wonder, are these relationships categorically different from our friendships? Are we feeling something different? Are they inviting us to a different sense of closeness? Or is it just friendship plus attraction? This letter wasn't the start of a romantic relationship, but it was true to a relationship as friends. I think it's overwhelming because it comes with this kind of implicit ask. It's like, give me that reciprocity of these feelings, or take responsibility for my happiness. That is asking a lot, and that's asking a lot more than we often ask our friends. Ultimately, I think that's a bit overwhelming, and I might need to tone it down. So, I don't regret expressing love here at Harvard. When I think deeply about someone, I generally think it's worth sharing. Being able to say I love you to a friend, when you mean it, is really powerful, especially when it's untangled from sexual attraction or commitment and making sure it can work out in the long run. I think we should really all be more open with that kind of vulnerability, sharing the love with our friends, new and old. But love interests? I've chased the ones, and I'm still single. Waiting until I feel so intensely about someone and sharing it seems like perhaps a good way to scare them away. I don't know what should tip me off to pursue a romantic relationship, how to know if someone's enough, and what the role of attraction and commitment should be beyond friendship. What I do have now are amazing friends, and I'm profoundly grateful for that. So be open, be vulnerable, but be careful. Don't scare the one away.